Good morning. Welcome back to Derriere's. I'm sitting out here on the back patio and I am making some limoncello. I am trying hard to peel these so that I'm not getting that pith in them. I'm not very good at it. But anyway, thought I'd make some of this limoncello, and I've been putting my peelings of my lemons in my jar, and then you put a bottle of Everclear in there with it, and you put it in a dark place for about 6 weeks. Some people only do it for 2 weeks. I do it for 6. So, and I've left it in there for 8 before too. But anyway, a lot of friends like this stuff, and we kind of sip on it a little bit. When it gets so hot in the summer, you can't stand it because you keep this in the refrigerator, and then like an hour before you drink it or whatever, just pop it in the freezer, and it is so good. A little shot glass of it. Oh my goodness. I don't even drink a whole shot glass, but anyway, that's how you make limoncello. It's awesome. Well, then when you get done doing this with the alcohol in it, and it sets for 6 weeks, then you make some simple syrup, and you mix the simple syrup with it. But after you empty out the liquid from this vessel into another one, you strain it. Then you put down, like, I don't know, about 8 ounces of water in this one, and swish it all around really good again, and then pour it into the other vessel. Then you put your simple syrup in there. So that's how you do that. And you mix it up really well, and then you put it in the fridge. So that's how I do that. But I was thinking last night, laying there in bed, and I thought, if I was somebody who had no idea what I was doing and had to figure out food stores, what would I do? Because there are people like, how do you figure out how much you need for a year? Well, I'll tell you. I thought about it last night, and I thought, what would I do? This is what I would do if I was you and you didn't know how to do that. I would think about every 2 weeks, how many times do you eat corn? How many times do you eat potatoes? How many times do you eat green beans? How many times do you eat broccoli? How many times do you eat kale, spinach, Brussels sprouts, sweet potatoes, carrots, pinto beans. We go through a lot of pinto beans here because we love burritos, so we're always having to mix pinto beans. I mean, I think I've gone through easy 2 cases of them this year already. So that's how many pintos we eat, because we're always putting them in our burritos and dips and whatever. But anyway, making refried beans all the time. But anyway, add that up. What vegetables you eat and how often in a 2-week period. And then, like, if you ate, and beets, okay, we never eat beets. I love them, but I'm so stingy with my jars after I make them, and I try to save them as long as I can. So I don't eat them, but I absolutely love pickled beets. So anyway, I have enough pickled beets for us to have a jar probably every other week. Because last year I didn't get very much. But I put out a bunch of beets this year, and I know that I'll have enough for probably more than that. So, I'm shooting on having beets once a week because that's how much I love them. I'd love to have pickled beets at least once a week. So if I had 52 pints, that would be so awesome. So that's my goal, okay, is to have 52 pints of pickled beets, because that would make me happy for a year. But needless to say, green beans, I think we would probably eat those once every 2 weeks. If we wouldn't even do that. I would say not even once a month we eat green beans, but we need to change it up because it's a food that I can grow easy, and it's a food that is cheap, and we need to put it in the rotation. So I sat down last night and I wrote down all the things that we like, all of them that we like, and I put them on a 2-week rotation, and I figured out how much I would have for the year. So if you put it on a 2-week rotation, you're talking, times it by 26, because we're 52 weeks in a year. So times by 26, and then you got what you need. I eat Brussels sprouts probably 2 to 3 times a week. I eat broccoli about the same. I'm a greens eater. I love my greens. So I eat more vegetables that are green than I do the others, for sure. But you just figure out whatever that number is for a 2-week period, times it by 26, and you're good. That's how you figure it out. Meat, how many times a week do you eat whatever it is you're eating? If it's chicken or hamburger, sausage, smoked sausage, ham, turkey, brats, whatever you're eating, chicken, I already said chicken, fish, salmon, whatever you're eating, figure it out. Figure out how many times in 2 weeks you eat that. And, or if you get, have a roast once a month or something, for us, a roast would last probably 3 or 4 meals easy. So, that's 3 or 4 meals out of 365. Okay. Put it on there. And I put 1 roast equals 4 meals, and then I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't do 4, maybe I should do 3, just because that way there's extra still and it's not counted on, so you never run short. But anyway, because like I said, we always take stuff to Michelle anyway, because she can't stand to cook. So we'll always take our leftovers over to her, and so she's got stuff and she doesn't have to cook a meal for one person. So anyway, yeah, I just think about stuff like that. I think about my condiments and what I would need. How many bottles of ketchup do you use a year? How many bottles of honey mustard or spicy ground, stone ground mustard, or mayo or mayonnaise or ranch dressing, or your favorite poppy seed dressing that you might use, or whatever you use. How many of those do you go through a month? And get them on the shelf. Put them in your pantry. That many. Put it on your list. That's what you need to be doing. So, and you also need to learn how to make a dressing that you like out of simple ingredients. You need to learn to do that for sure. And you need to get books on how to do the garden. You need to get books on how to do companion planting. You need to get books on, or look up knowledge now while you can, on, like what to plant next to what, so that you combat pests, For instance, your squash, you can plant nasturtiums with squash, and it takes care of those squash bugs, I mean, back in the old days, everybody knew that stuff. It was a given, it was just like common sense. But nowadays, that stuff's a lot by the wayside for a lot of people. They have no idea, but you need to get that kind of information, your seed saving information. You need to get a book on seed saving. You need to get a book on herbs and medicinal herbs and what you can do with those. You need to look into all kinds of stuff like that. You need to learn how to make a fire, make a good fire, and have several different ways to make a fire. You need to have matches on hand. You need to have lighters on hand. You need to have lighter fluid on hand. You need to have, I could go on and on and on, because you can't just have one way to do stuff. You have to have backups. You have to have candles, have some oil lamps, have some solar bulbs with the little solar panel on it. They cost like $10 on Amazon. We've got like 3 or 4 of them, and we use them all year round. We got one hooked up to the window upstairs. There's a little panel outside there. It's only like this big, like, I don't know, 2.5 inches by probably 5 inches. And that's all it takes. We set it outside the window there. It gets sun all day long. And at night when we're in the bedroom, I hooked it. It's got a little hook on the top of it with a button there, this little hook. And I brought it in, hooked it on the lampshade on the inside, and we clicked that on instead of the lamp. And there you go, we're saving electricity. Trust me, we need to save where we can. The gas is enough that you need to save your pennies where you can. So anyway, we also have one down here in the living room, and I have the panel. I slid through the sliding glass door there and put it on the panel, the glass panel, so that we'd get sun all day long. And it's got like a 15 or 20 foot cord on it, and we hooked it up to the beam in the top of the room there over us. And I have it on a thing where you can let it down, we could click it on, and then we could pull it back up and hook it off. So, I mean, and there you go. We got light in the evening and we're not using any electricity. You have to save where you can. And it's not like we're hard up or something. We're not. I just don't see any sense in using electricity when you don't need to. I mean, if there's sun that makes free lights for you, use it. I mean, it's kind of like a given. I don't know. That's the way I look at it anyway. But yeah, if you don't have an oil lamp, you better get yourself an oil lamp and get some oil for it. Get yourself some candles put back. Go to the dollar store and get them if you have to. Get yourself some lighters and put them back in your matches, and some lighter fluid, and heck, get a Zippo and some lighter fluid. If you know what a Zippo is. A lot of people maybe don't. I don't know, but you need to get some flint for your Zippo, so you're ready and keep that sucker going for as long as possible. Anyway, there's lots of things that you should do. You should know how to make a fire and know how to do it several different ways. Know what you can use for fire starters. There's all kinds of things that you should know and be prepared for. You don't forget about your cleaning supplies. How many bottles of shampoo do you use a year? How many bottles of cleaner do you use a year? How many containers of laundry detergent do you use a year? Or pods or powder. Everybody does their own thing. So, how much of it do you use a year? Do you have a clothesline with some clothespins? Because you just might need them. Hate to say it to you, but you just might need them. I have them. I use them. Instead of running that dryer in the summer, I put what I can outside and hang it. I don't mess with that dryer in the house. Boy, that's too much. You're heating up the house and you're also cooling the house at the same time. That's kind of silly to me. So I try not to do that if I don't have to. I just try really not to do that. Our house gets really hot fast because it's a little place. So I try really hard to not get the house heated up in the summer. That's why we cook outside on the grill a lot. I have an electric burner that I can use on the porch if I need to. I got a butane burner that I can use. I got a propane burner I can use. My Coleman camping stove with that camping fluid. There's lots of backups we have because I'm not going to be caught with no way to feed my family. So, just another thing to think of, But you guys should have been thinking about this all along. You should be done with all that stuff, and you really should have all the things that you need already. If you think that you'll get them next time you go get paid, and then you get to the store and you say, I'll get it next time, and then you just keep doing that, well, guess what? Or I'll get them before I need them. I'll get some next time. It won't be too late. Well, you know what? It's getting to be too late. So, hate to break it to you, but next time's now, okay? You better get your stuff. I'm telling you, you better get it. So, anyway, I'm going to keep going on with these lemons. I'm almost done. Not too much more to go. And, you guys babysit those gardens and take care of them well. Be impressive with your garden this year, you guys. Be impressive. That's what I'm saying. Be impressive with everything you do. Do your work, get your house in order, get your things fixed in the house that needs to be fixed. I've got caulking in the bathroom to do. I'm going to get that done this week. What else do I have to do? I don't know. I got to fix the upstairs window, like I said. There's just different things around here that I'm going to try to fix. We're taking care of fence right now. Worked on it last night, and I'm letting Kane sleep in because he's used to getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and going to work. So I'm out here doing this. He's sleeping. When he gets up, I'm going to fix the top of this fence and cut it off and make it all completely squared away. It's dog-eared and a couple of them are broken, so I'm cutting them off, and then I'm going to trim it out and make it look better. But we're trying to get that done before the weekend comes, because we have a lot of things to do on the weekend. I do. He's got to work, but I have a lot of things to do, and I don't want to be out in this heat because it's going to be miserable. It is going to be so hot It's crazy. It's supposed to be in the 90s for like the next 5 days, and I'm not a girl that can deal with the heat, so call me a wimp if you want to, but that's just the way it is. So anyway, I hope you guys get your houses in order. Hope you're stocked and ready, prepared like good little Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. Maybe that's where I got it too. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I wish you luck, and I hope your gardens prosper. And hopefully I'll get a video made later today. I want to do some canning, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to do some major canning. I think I'm just going to make some syrup. So we need syrup for pancakes, and I don't like that store-bought stuff, so I'm going to make the good stuff. Also, I have a huge tree back here loaded with mulberries, and then there's one over here too. So I'm going to take advantage of those mulberries. It's free food. So I'm going to make some jam this week with that. And, well, maybe not this week, but I'm going to get them out of the tree. I'm going to clean them all up. I'm going to get them in bags and get some in the freezer. I'll make some mulberry syrup, and then I'll make mulberry jam later when it cools back down into at least the 80s. So then I can deal with it. But I'm not going to cook in the house with 90 degrees. You can forget that. Like I said, I'm a wimp. But anyway, I guess I could do it outside though, so maybe I will. I might just do it outside, who knows. I also have some onion marmalade that I want to make. So I have a bunch of Vidalia onions, and I want to do that. I'm going to do a video on it if I can. But I might have to do that outside too, because I'm not doing cooking in the house at 90 some degrees. I'm not. It's just insane to me, because that makes my little air conditioner work like crazy, and it just cranks up that bill on cooking and the air going at the same time, and just it's like a big fight in the house, you know. Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be cold? Is it going to be hot? It's going to be cold. Well, it's going to be hot, because that air conditioner probably can't keep up with all that kind of heat. That's heat for a long time, canning is. So when you're pressure canning, you know. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But I did go get some ice cream last night after we got done working outside on this fence. We got up 2 panels. I cut another panel, and then it was so humid and so nasty out that I couldn't take it anymore. And I went inside and got cleaned up, and Kane said, let's go get some ice cream. I said, okay. I didn't argue with him there. So anyway, what I wanted to say is this before I go. You guys can do this. I don't know if you're just putting off getting things stored, or if it's just too much for you to wrap your mind around. I don't know, but I've showed you already. You can vacuum pack stuff, get some Mylar bags. They're not that expensive on Amazon. They're not. You can do it. And I know you can. I've showed you a lot of stuff. You can like vac pack stuff, get your Mylar bags and your stuff on Amazon. It's cheap. It's not that much. It really isn't. It really isn't. And go to Walmart and get you one of those 20-pound bags of flour. Put it back. You know, same thing with the sugar. Put it back. It's not that expensive. I think it's like $6, $7, $8, something like that for flour, and about the same probably for sugar. I don't know, but for less than $20, you got 20 pounds of each put back. Grab you some soda. You know, a couple of those little boxes of the soda. Get the Walmart brand. It's cheap. You know, it works. Put it back. You know, get some shampoo and some soap. Go to the dollar store. Get it if you have to. Put it back. Get some laundry detergent and put it back. There's no sense in going out and getting crazy with the toilet paper. You don't need to do that. Everybody thinks they got a whole bunch of butts to wipe or something. I don't know. You still got the same one butt, you know. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, you don't need a ton of it. Just get what you need to get you by for a couple months, you know. But when you go to the store, just buy an extra, you know. Just buy one extra, you know. Just do that every time you go. You can can stuff. You can water bath stuff. You can dry stuff, dehydrate stuff. You can freeze dry stuff. You know, there's a lot of different ways. You can put stuff in the freezer if you have to. That's my last resort, because I don't like to rely on electricity. But you can do that, you know. You can do it. You can make pickled eggs and put those back. That's a very good, very, very good protein to put back as pickled eggs. And you can use them in salads and stuff if you want to, like for tuna salad or whatever. It's great. And, you know, I really found something else was a good deal this last week. We were at Menards getting some supplies to work on things around the house here. And I was cutting through to where the screws were and the latches and stuff like that. And I was like going through there from where the doors were, and I came across a great big huge gallon, like coffee containers, what it looked like, of mixed nuts that were like, I don't know what they call it, party blend or something like that. And they had teeny weeny little pretzels in there, not too many of them though, but everything else was nuts. And I think they were seasoned spicy. It was only $8 for that. That's a lot of protein there. So I bought 2 of them, and I'm doing a video on that, you guys. I'll be putting that up with some other nuts that I got. But, you know, just do what you can with what your abilities are. And if you need to learn something, find somebody that knows how to do it and say, hey, show me what you do. You know, show me how you do that, how you pull that off. I want to learn. It's not too like shocking to anyone that somebody might need to know how to do something. It's not an embarrassing thing to ask somebody to show you to do something. Just do it. If it makes you miles ahead of, you know, being prepared and being able to help your family out or your friends or your neighbors, you know, ask the question. Swallow your pride a little bit and learn something, okay? Get some books. Go to the library. You don't even have to buy books. Go to the library. Sit down and read some stuff. Take some notes. You know, take your notebook with you and take some notes. Get those recipes written down, you know, simple recipes. Get one for crackers. Get one for bread. Get one for biscuits. You know, get a simple recipe for pancakes. You know, learn how to make tortillas. It's easy to do, easy to do. Just stuff like that, you know. Learn how to make a couple really good dressings for your salad. Learn now. I mean, try them out now. Try them and hone in on them and make them the best that you like them to be, you know, the way that you want them to be. You know, every recipe is its own recipe, but you can change the stuff and make it what's good for you and what you like, you know. Start learning little skills like that now, and you're just miles ahead later. That's it. Learn how to make fire. Learn how to make a good fire. Learn how to make a fire one way, and then when you get done learning how to make it that way, try a different way. Try using some other device to make the fire, not the one you just learned, you know. So, you know, do that. If that means you have to go camping for a couple weekends, you know, and do it. Because you know what? That's closer to where we're going to be anyway, probably without any electricity and stuff. So, you know, hone those skills, girlfriends. Hone them down. Get your iron skillet out and learn how to use that puppy good. You know, get prepared. We're always so used to the good old Teflon skillets and everything. Go get yourself a metal spatula and pull out that iron skillet and start working it. Start learning to do your eggs in your iron skillet. If you don't know how to work an iron skillet, learn how to season one and learn how to start using it. It's better for you anyway. So anyway, I just want to see you guys succeed. I want to see your gardens. I want to see them just so vibrant and full of food. I want to see everybody succeed. I want to beat this. We're Americans. We're going to beat this. We're going to get through this, and we're going to shine. So come on, help your brothers out, help your sisters out, help your neighbors out and your friends. Learn what you need to learn to get by. Let's be Americans and get through this. It's tough, and the prices are getting higher, and the food's getting more sparse, but you know what? We're going to learn our skills, and we're going to get through it. I wish you guys the best. Take care. Have a great week and stay cool and hydrated. Bye.